Hey everyone, it is Havohai here, bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We are on Global. We're going to be doing a team building video for the brand new dual category leader hit. That's right, global exclusive for now. We have dual category leads, and this is the first time it's happened on Dokkan, and this is going to be fun. It's going to have ability to do a different multitude of different combinations within categories and create some really fun little teams here. So I'm going to be talking about 4 to 5 different teams, variations and things of that nature. So if you are new to my channel, of course, like, subscribe, comment below. Shout out to DBZ Space and the Dokkan Wiki for information and images that you are seeing here. And the links are going to be provided in the description below. So let's go right into these team builds. Now these aren't tested because the units aren't exactly out yet, and basically I'm just looking at the different pool of options that we have and trying to build the best teams that are available at this point in time. But I can't wait to test these teams when Hit comes out. So quick overview of Hit. I did do a previous video that had more information about each brand new Universe 6 unit and Hit, so if you want more details, go ahead and check out that video. This Hit here, like I mentioned before, a dual category leader. Universe 6 170% across the board, Universe Survival Saga 150%, just like Jiren, and he revolves around stunning enemies. So if you are able to stun an enemy, he's gonna do incredible amount of damage. I think more so than a lot of individuals would have expected from a TUR. So it's more like LR type of damage. So with that, unfortunately, a lot of Dokkan bosses and certain events, you know, the enemies are immune to stun. So that becomes problematic and going to be inconsistent for this unit. But all in all, there's still a lot of other things that you can run with this unit. For example, SBR, there's some easy A opportunities there as well. You know, battlefield, stuff like that are available for stunning purposes. Maybe even World Tournament could be a different way you can use this unit as well, or creating some teams. The link skills, you're not going to have much key issues on any of these teams. But one link that you do want to look out for is Cold Judgment. If you can link Hit with Cold Judgment, it's going to be benefit to this unit because Hit is more of a glass cannon than anything else. He does not have a defensive buff, and he has a debuff for the enemy, but not a defensive stat buff. So that 20% Cold Judgment will be really beneficial, so that he doesn't get crushed in a few hits here. So unfortunately, there's not too many units that's going to have a Cold Judgment to match up with him in these categories. So with that, let's go ahead and start looking at some of these teams that we're talking about. And the first one is, of course, this is easy, is a Universal 6 team, right? It's Universe 6, all Universe 6. We're not using any other combinations at this point here. And I think this team would run very good, but you can use all these other options here. You can put Caulifla in here since I only have Kefla and Kale. You can run the free-to-play Kaba on this, but I think here with running Hit and Full Power Frost with Hit and Boda Magetta, those will link up very well, and the stunning opportunities with Frost to help out Hit would be beneficial. Actually, Boda Magetta links up with Hit very well. He actually links up with him with 5 links, and he does have Cold Judgment, so that is beneficial there. Now you can also put a Hit off rotation. You can run Kefla and Kale here in a full rotation, or instead of using Frost, you can actually run the support Champa. And yeah, Champa got a Dokkan Awakening. He's very useful. You can run that support Champa with Hit as well. So yeah, a lot of different combinations you can run on this Universe 6, and they're getting 170% across the board. Now the question is, will Universe 6 get an LR in the future? We'll see. That would make this team extremely good. But as of right now, this is definitely a serviceable and good team. Will it make the best teams list? Probably not, but it would probably do a lot of or complete a lot of Dokkan events with ease. So this is all Universe 6 team. Let's go ahead and say, let's go ahead and mix things up with a U6 and a U7 team. Now, if you're running a U7 characters on this team here, you cannot not put the best 1-2 punch in the game, which is MVP 17 and LR Friku. When you have those two units in a team, you know you're going to do a crazy amount of damage, and you're really not losing that much of damage because it's still running at 150% attack. And the nice thing about running MVP 17 on this team, he provides not only ki, but defensive boost 60% to all allies when they're on the rotation. So if a hit is off rotation and gets that buff from MVP 17, it's gonna all work out there. He doesn't become that glass cannon. Now here, and you do have to take out Champa because Champa only buffs Universe 6 units, so we ended up putting a Super Saiyan Kale on this, and she buffs all Universal Survival Saga, which all of these are. So on this team here, we put just a little bit of combination between U6 and U7. Now, could you put like UI Goku or Vegeta on this team? Sure. Those are Universe 7 as well. But there is a better support unit available overall, but not necessarily on this team because we're using just U6 and U7. Because now let's go ahead and move on to the next team, which I think is the best overall team that you can run for this hit unit, and that's U6, 7, 11 survival team. That's what I'm calling it. It doesn't roll off the tongue very well, but basically you're taking out Kefla there, and you're also taking out Kale, and you're adding Universe 11 two great units in Jiren and Topo. So Topo is a better support unit, but like I said, we're creating a imaginary role. In the previous team, you're running just U6, U7. Now you're combining everything in full here. You're still running the best 1-2 punch in LR Friku and the android, but that Jiren and Hit link, their links, they have 5 links, they link up together, they do well with each other. They're like best friends here. So their links consist of Cold Judgment, like I mentioned before. That is very beneficial. Infighter, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, and Fierce Battle. So additional buff to their attack and a little bit to the defense, and what's that, 5 ki that they end up getting. So that's fantastic. No key issues, buff on attack and defense. And of course, they both work off each other. If that enemy is stunned, they both stun, and Jiren crits an enemy that's stunned, and of course Hit, he crushes with that effective to all types, and plus that additional 80% to attack. So yeah, I think this team here is fantastic and really works well all together. Now, the reason why I did put Full Power Frost down there is because, he gets the 170% buff for the main leader skill. Yes, you could put other units onto that 5th spot there, for example, like UI Goku or Evolution Vegeta. So those units there only get 150%, but a lot of people are going to say, well, they do a lot more damage, things of that nature. Well, might have to test that out and see what's going to be true, because with that extra 170%, remember, it's not only 20%, because you're running 2 leaders, it's 40% increase of damage comparable to these 2 units. So yeah, we're going to test that out and see how that works. Now, if you don't want to run on the 5th spot another damage dealer, you can actually run a double support team, and this team will probably just buff up the main attackers in Hit or Jiren. Really, that's a huge 1-2 punch there, and LR Friku. So this right here will probably do the most amount of damage, but overall, you got 2 people in rotation there that might take too much damage if it's going to be in the 3rd spot there as floaters. And if you also have Hit as a floater, like I mentioned before, he's a glass cannon, might be some issues there. So I still think that overall that that this team here is the best overall team. at this point in time. So, but like I said, we'll see, we'll test. I did come up with a couple other goofy teams here. So the other team that you can run is a non-LR U6, 7, and 11 team. And that's basically, if you don't have LR Friku, you can just throw in basic, you know, you can throw in Goku, you can throw in Evolution Vegeta, you can throw in Kefla, you can throw in a multitude of different. This is basically one of the most versatile teams you can do if you don't have the LR, and it's still gonna run very, very good. So don't worry about not having LR Friku, but if you did have LR Friku, it's gonna do huge damage. Another team that you can run is what I call Stun and Support. This is kind of a goofy team. It's not very optimal, but you're running mostly stunners, units that will stun an individual, and you're running the support for Topo there. As you can see, you're running full power Frost and the SSR Frost, because it's final form Frost and full power, so you can run both of them. Both of them stun, both of them have a decent passive skill on that end, so this actually could work. But if you do run across an enemy that is immune to stun, then you gotta kind of, in a sense, throw this team out the window. So another team you can run is, if you're just a fan of villains and extreme, run a just extreme team. You know, Angel Golden Frieza is now slotted into there along with Bergamo, and then you can just run the Champa, even though he's not going to buff Bergamo or Golden Frieza. This is not a huge viable team, but if you have these units and this is all you have, then yeah, you can run this and it'll be okay to be serviceable for you. But like I mentioned before, I still think this is the best choice. If you have these units, I hope everybody gets to pull Hit and Frost here and be able to run this team as an overall best team, defensively, offensively, support, all the stuns and all the extra benefits there. I think this is the best team that you can run. So, but we'll see. So with that, hopefully you enjoyed the different types of teams that we're coming up with here. Tell me if you guys came up with anything different, other fun, goofy things to run. But anyway, with that, if you are new to my channel, of course, like, subscribe, comment below. I hope Santa Roshi brings Hit to your box and all the other units that you guys are looking for. So anyway, thank you guys for watching again. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time.